I thought I'd film a quick video here today on some of the things that I've done to my four-drive setup here. As you can see, I've made quite a few changes in the back of my vehicle. So I want to talk a bit about that. Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Philip Damiano from Phil's Camping and Touring. Been a while since I've put a video out. So guys, sorry about that, but it's been summer here. I just wanted to take a bit of a break. And I also want to talk about screen here. So if you've got a keen eye, you might have noticed that that screen is a little bit bigger than what it used to be. Because guys, I did a hack on the operating system of my Victron Cerbo GX, because as you know, I'm mostly using Victron gear now, and I love it. Love, guys. So if you ever want to get some Victron gear, check out Solar and Sat, a local Victron distributor. They're only a few k's down the road from where I live, so it's very handy for me. And in fact, after I film this video, I'm going to go and to visit the lads and have a talk to them about an additional smart shunt. So I've got a bigger screen. I used to have the HD 50, which is a 5-inch diagonal screen. I've changed to a HD 70, which is a 7-inch diagonal screen, and the reason I've done that is because I've got a lot more information on that screen. I'm going to film a separate video on that. And this one is just going to be a bit of a blog on some of the changes, what's been happening, how all this is working as well, how it's going. Because it's been a while now since I've had these fridges and that. And in fact, guys, I've been running some tests. And checking out the consumption, power consumption with my new 110 litre Dometic Coolmatic 110 litre. CRX, guys, it's a CRX model. Quite a few of you have been confused about that. I've had posts and messages through Facebook thinking that this is one of those three-way fridges. This is not a three-way fridges. Dometic are known for their three-way fridges in the caravan industry. And what I mean by three-way fridges is that they run on gas, 12 volt and 240 volt. Guys, this is a compressor fridge. This only runs on 12 volt and also runs on 240 volt. So I'm running on 12 volt. It is a lot more efficient fridge than the other one. And it's got its own Waco compressor built into it that is very efficient and very quiet. Guys, I cannot tell when this thing is running. I've got to put my ear up, right up to it. Contrary to my angle, I can hear it in the next room in my house when it is on. I kid you not. This here, you cannot tell. In fact, it's running now and I can just barely hear a hum coming out the back of this one here. Very quiet. Ideal for installations inside your vehicles that you're sleeping inside, because you will hardly ever hear this. If you can hear it, you've got very good hearing. Certainly better hearing than I have, and love it. I've been running tests on how much power it consumes with either a full fridge or an empty fridge, on how many amps it draws per hour compared against my kick-ass 75 litre fridge. So I'm going to have a video out on that later as well, but for now I'm just going to say it is very efficient. Quite a fair bit more efficient, surprisingly, contrary to what a lot of you think in regards to some of the disadvantages you all say that these upright fridges have. I'm finding otherwise, guys, and there's a few reasons for that, but let's talk about that. That's another separate video. Okay, so we're going through our summer, obviously. So I've been putting it to the test. Now, I haven't been going out camping, guys. I'm hopeful to be able to go out camping very shortly in the near future, but we're going through our summer. If you've been following my channel for quite some time, you will know that I don't like camping when it's really hot in summer. I much prefer camping in the cold. For me, it's easier to stay warm than it is to cool down. But if I did go out camping, and even now, don't remember, I do have this freezer in here, which, as you can see, it's got drumsticks in there. And that's been mighty handy. Welcome to 2022. I think this is only the second video I've posted so far this year. So we're going to start getting the videos out more regular now. Particularly now that I've got my good camera back. I had some issues with my camera, so I've been doing some repairs on it and it's working fine now. So be sure to keep tuned and please subscribe. Guys, if you've got any questions you want to ask, just ask down below. So what I've been doing a lot of lately is I've been parking the vehicle out the back and putting the awning out. That's another thing, guys, these tough touring. This is another video I'm going to talk about. I'll do another video on. So remember, guys, this is a bit of an overall video talking on videos that's coming up in the future, okay? I'm going to do another video on these tough touring brackets. As you notice this one here, how far they got that hook. You know, when I open the awning up and it's got that hook and it hooks on there, saved me having to pull that strap out, which makes these a lot quicker to set up. Absolutely brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. The only biggest hype I've got about it, guys, is I just wish this here wasn't so long. I don't know why they're so long. Because they're so long, the awning's back here quite a fair bit. It's quite a big gap in between here. So now I picked that bonnet when I went to go pick my vehicle after the guys installed my Ostrichwing awning, and I said, hey, you know, it's great, but I don't like this gap here. What's going to happen when it rains? You know, I've got my kitchen here, you know, I've got it pulled out. I like to go to camp and have this open, so I can just walk in, open the fridge as quick as that, grab a drink, close. In fact, let's grab a drink now. It's pretty warm here, but it hasn't been as warm as it had been, so we're having a kind of a bit of a cool spell. Just excuse me while I have a cool drink. Ah, geez, that's good. How awesome is that? And I can make it and I can make it icy cold if I want with the use of that ice maker. So let's get back to this. And this is another video I'm going to have coming up soon. Now, that's video number 3. I'm going to talk about this gap here. I never spoke much about it before because, quite frankly, I thought it was a really big negative on this setup. Because, as you know, I got my kitchen here. It's electronic. I also got 240 volt, but you notice now anything to do with 240 volt is stored way up the back now, including the power point. You can see there, I mean, if I can reach the plugs, no problems, as you can see. So that's not an issue, I can reach it. But it's always been a concern when it rained. And the guy said, actually, let's get back to what the guy said. When I queried about this, I said I would have liked it further back. And in fact, I think they could have done it, guys, if you're watching this. Maybe next time in the future, if you're talking to Tough Touring, or any of you guys that Tough Touring is watching this, I'd like to know, why is this bracket so long? Why does it have to extend out so far? Okay, particularly with us with these cabs, and we got our kitchen basin here, I've got my fridge in here. When it rains, even if it's shower, I have to close this door, which is a real pain, particularly if you've got a rainy day. You've got this awesome awning that's fully 100% waterproof, but where you really need it to be critically waterproof when no water gets through is in your kitchen here, right in the back here, between your rooftop tent or whatever, your vehicle and your awning, and then you got water coming in. And there was quite a substantial gap in there. Well, guys, I found a solution to that, and if you follow my Phil's Camping and Touring Facebook group pages, Facebook pages, or my Instagram, you will notice the mod that I've done here to the awning that now rectifies that issue. And not only that, even if it's not raining, you got the sun belting down here. Now when I did question the guys about it, why that wasn't shortened as close as possible, and there's no reason why you couldn't have that shortened as close as possible and have a lot less gap there, you're still going to have a bit of water may get through, but won't be as much, or at least the sunlight getting through, as there was before. And in fact, most of you out there would be able to install your rooftop tent a little bit further closer to your vehicle, and that way when you open your awning, it's covering over the top here. So as long as your awning is covering this part of your vehicle here, so that there's no gap between here, you're going to be very unlikely to get water that'll come through. And even if it does, this here part of the water here, if it runs down there, that acts as a channel. It just goes off the side. And that's how it's been working. It's been working great like that. But when I got this set up on this big gap here, and the guy said, well, you got the bundle top, when you open that up, it's got an awning around the side that'll cover that area. But you know guys, one of the good features about this awning here is the fact I can use it anytime. Okay? Not like some of the other awnings that I've got, that I've owned in the past, that takes like practically a building crew to set up and some 10-15 minutes to set up. So you don't tend to set it up unless you really need it to and you're going camping for quite some time. These things here just unzip, whip it around, bang, bang, clip on, it's done, set up. No poles to set up, no ropes or anything. Well, you know what I think about my Ostrichwing awning. You only got to go back on my videos. In fact, if you haven't seen it, I've got a video where I've been caught in a storm, and I only had 2 ropes out, guys, 2 little ropes out, and I don't think I even needed them. Just go have a look at that storm and the amount of wind that thing withstood. Of course, how it's mounted to your vehicle is very important. In my case, the Tough Touring brackets. Love these brackets, but guys, if you could make that a lot shorter, and in fact I've seen some people even modded theirs that it came out half as far. What they've done is they moved this part all the way back further. They removed in regards to the bundle top, they removed the Anderson plugs on the side and then slid this underneath and then attached it back on and put the Anderson plug on the top. Now, if I'd known at the time that there was going to be such a big gap when this was set up, I would have asked the guys if they could have done that, modified this so they can bring it back so there's less of a gap here. But it's too late now, really. The mounting points have already been done on the Ostrichwing, so I didn't want that to be moved and added and then having to find a way to cover the holes where they're connected onto. So yeah, no, it just wasn't going to work. So, but I made this new mod, so I'm going to do a video on it. But if you're really keen to see what it is before the video, go check out my Facebook group, guys. I may not have been putting a lot of videos of late, but almost on a daily basis, in fact it's pretty much on a daily basis, I've been posting something on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, guys. So I've always been keeping up to date there to see what I've been up to. Right, fridge, love, love, love. Top hit, much better than I expected. I honestly, guys, I'm never going to go back to a chest style fridge freezer again, unless if I get a camper trailer later. I've got a couple of chest style freezers. I'll probably put one of them in there. In fact, my angle, I might even consider selling that one, guys, because I don't think I'm going to use it now. The Kick-Ass 75 litre fridge, I'm using it inside the house as a spare fridge and freezer, and the angle's just sitting in the spare room, not even being used at the moment. So if you live locally in the area and you want a really good 40 litre angle not a mark on it, guys, in mint condition, just contact me. We'll see if we can work out a price or something, and you can come and pick it up. And yeah, perfect. So, major hit. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I'm never going to put another chest style fridge in here unless I put a little one. I'm thinking about maybe adding like a little 11 or 15 litre center console fridge freezer. That's something I'm considering to do, adding in between the two front seats and the front of the vehicle. That way, if I need, I've got a 9.5 litre freezer in here, but if I need additional room for a freezer, if I grab a fifth, like 11 or 15 litre center console fridge, I could run that as a freezer to have additional food in it, such as if I'm going to Fraser Island for like 10 days or something, and I want to bring enough steaks and super dupers and whatever, you know, frozen stuff that'll last me the whole 10, 11 or even 2 weeks over there. Then I've got that additional freezer space, and that's the reason why, because I think 9.5 litre is not going to be enough for when the times when I go over to Fraser for your minimum 10 days. And be frank, guys, when you go to Fraser, the biggest cost involved on Fraser is actually getting there and coming back. So why go there and only spend 3-4 days? Such a big island, so much to see. You're not going to see a fraction, you're not going to hardly see any of the island if you only go for 3 or 4 days. So make it worth your while. Get over there, spend a minimum a week. I'd say at least 10 days, 2 weeks is the ideal. That way you don't have to run around like like a chicken with his head cut off. I was saying we had on the farm. A chicken run around with his head cut off. So you don't have to run around like that. And get out there and enjoy the island, but not have to rush and drive every day. Like pull up at Eli Creek for half a day. If you've got an awning like this, pull up there, have a barbecue or something. You know, but just watch out the dingoes and don't leave any food around. The drawer is a hit. Loving this drawer. It's more than big enough for what I need. In fact, last time I went camping, this drawer would have been quarter full, and I still had plenty of room and I didn't have to have stuff sitting around. I had an addition over here. I did put a shelf on the top above the battery. So I've got a shelf here where I can store solar panels and my chairs and stuff like that. Even my probably coffee machine might even sit here as well. I reckon it'll fit in there if I want to. But because, guys, most of my gear is all set up here, basically when I want to go camping, the only additional things I need to take is some clothes, the plates, pots, pans, everything's in here. I need to grab my cooker, depending which one I've got. In fact, one of my air fryers is stored up the front behind the passenger seat. It sits there all the time, and that's a smaller one. The larger one, the Air Roaster Pro, the big one that used to sit permanently up here, that thing cooks so well. I use it inside the house, so it's actually inside the house. So, but depending where I go, when I go camping, I'll either will be taking that one, and I'll just set it right here, guys. There's no problem. It'll sit, you probably can't see, but it'll sit right here beside here. Might even make a shelf, a fold down shelf that folds down here. Got these cool brackets I saw at Bunnings that you can actually clip and they fold down. Actually, let me go grab it. I want to show it to you. I sometimes like just going to Bunnings, just browsing around and just looking at things and getting ideas, you know, looking at this and that, and I'm thinking, that's a good idea. Well, I saw this bracket. So that's your wall, folding down. Oops, wrong way. That's your wall, okay. Attached there, clips up, there it is. And all you do, fold down like so. So might be able to utilise that somewhere in here. Look, maybe there, and have the oven sitting on top. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure something out without that. I've only got one of those though. Probably should have bought two. That might have been handy. Could even do it over here as well. I've got all this space here. I could have a second shelf here, have that mounted like that, and then that opens up like so. Well, I'll have to get a shorter one on this end here. I'm pretty sure you can buy these shorter, and that'll give me 2 shelves here. That might be a good idea. Actually, I don't mind that. I might actually do that. That might be a good place to utilise that. That way there's 2 shelves. So I can have chairs and poles on one, and up the top here, whatever, you know, bags, drifter bags and all and so on. So another mod that might be coming up soon, I've been talking to an inventor. Now, you know, I've got a Pajero, guys. You know our cab 4 drives and that, I've got these side windows at the back, particularly you guys of Toyotas, and I'm putting those windows in that you can fully open from the outside, and very popular for the Toyotas, but they don't make them for the Pajero. And I reckon there's that many Pajero owners around Australia that those type of windows would be awesome. Well, there's a guy down, I think he's in Perth, based in Perth. He's actually designed the windows that will open. But not only has he designed the windows that are open, they're remote. So you don't need to use a key. Press a button, boom, they open. Press a button, they close. So it's all like motorised hydraulic. I've been talking to him, keeping in contact with him in the past 3 months. And I think I'm going to be able to get myself a set. Now they're not going to be donated to me, guys. I've got to purchase them. Okay, I'm going to purchase them, and their price is pretty good actually. I don't know how much you guys of the Toyota ones are, how much they are, but these ones, well, I think we're looking around about probably $599, $600 per side per window. But remember, they are remote. You just press a button basically and poof, they open, press a button and they close. So I think that's a cool feature. But what you got to do is you got to remove your windows and send it off to him, or for a small extra fee he'll be able to send one that's already made up with the window frame. He posts it to you, you remove these windows, you post it back, and then when he gets them back, he'll deposit that money extra back into your account. Part of the deal when you buy these at that price is that he wants these windows. Generally, you remove these, send them off to him, he alters them, puts a mechanism in them, puts a window in them, the glass and everything, or whatever he does to them, and then posts to you. But you could be for a week or two, probably most likely 2 weeks without any side windows there. So my suggestion is to just pay the extra, get him to send the window to you, then you remove, fit it in. As far as I know, it's pretty easy to do, so you don't have to take it uptown and get it done. It's just a matter of just bolting it, unbolting, bolting it back in, I think. I'm not too sure, I haven't done it before. But if I manage to get a set of these windows, I'm going to do a video on it, showing the installation, how it's installed, the whole works, showing everything. It'll be ongoing review going on, and for you guys out there in Pajeros. So it's a bit of a game changer for us. So that could be another future video coming up soon. For you guys out in the electronic land, they're into Victron gear, one more video. I know quite a few have been asking about this. I mentioned about the hack, this software, hence why I've got a larger screen. I've got a lot more information here. I've got 6 temperature sensors in here now, 4 Bluetooth, and it also records humidity as well. They're all connected through my Victron Cerbo GX, and all that information is up on the screen. Additional information such as the watts that's coming in from shore power. Currently got the battery it's on like float right now. I've had it charging overnight, but still showing it's 62 watts coming in, 240 volts, half an amp coming in, and 50 hertz. Same as me batteries, 100%. 5 watts at the moment is going out of the battery, which is 0.4 of an amp. My DC system is using about 3 amps. Okay, about 2.3, 2.4 of that is the fridge, because the fridge is running now. So it's only drawing about 2.3, 2.4 at the moment. The rest, the half an amp, is the power consumption, everything what you see here, the Cerbo GX, my monitor here. Why I've got a separate monitor here, guys, this one here, I've got this set up to show me battery temperature. So there's no way, if you're using a BMV 712, guys, I'm going to do a separate video on this by the way, but if you're using a Victron BMV 712 smart battery monitor with the shunt, it doesn't show your battery temperature in here as such. Okay, maybe it does if you go into the screen and dive down deeper into the settings to find it. But I find with this one here, if you have one of these beside it and just permanently always show your battery temperature, because I think it's really critical, and it's particularly if you're running things like your induction cooktops and your air fryers, you want to make sure your battery don't get too hot. So it's great to be able to just look here, see exactly what the battery's doing. So, but I'm going to do a separate video. There's probably a couple of videos there, guys. I'm going to do a video on how I got all this extra information on this screen. Now there's a hack that you can do, particularly in regards to the temperature. By default, these do not show any of your temperature sensors on here. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I go to this screen here, it shows all this 6, and that's an extra screen that's available on the hack. I'm going to film a video to show how to do that, guys. How to set up this, exactly how I have it here. So if you go on my Instagram and my Facebook page, you'll have a look and see some of the information that this here is showing on my system. It's wonderful. I love it. I just love just standing here at a quick glance. I can see exactly what everything is doing. I've even got a temperature probe for my fridge compressor that's located right near the compressor of the fridge, so I can monitor what the temperature of the compressor of the fridge to make sure it's not getting too hot for the conditions I'm in. So we might leave it at that, guys. This is going to end up being too long a video, so I've got at least 4 or 5, probably I don't know how many, 6 videos there. I'm going to try to release the videos once a week from now on, guys. See how we go. I might have the odd weeks where I'll release 2 or 3 videos on that, but we're going to start making it more of a regular cycle of trying to get out at least 1 video per week. So from now on. So guys, thanks for watching. So stay tuned. First video will be coming up very soon. In fact, as soon as I finish filming this video and editing, I'm going to start filming my next video, and that'll be on this one here, because I've got a lot of people asking how to do this, and I'm going to have a step-by-step video showing how to install the hack, how to program the hack, how to get the hack on here, and how to set it up so all these screens are showing, and how I managed to get these Bluetooth temp sensors, I forgot what they're called, Bluetooth temp sensors set up on this and operational on this. In fact, I've got one sitting right here beside me. Sneak peek, there's one here. So you can see they're quite small. So guys, till then, look after yourself. Cheers.